Hi, this is Sapo Adman of Luntiangagama Natural Divine Art, Shine of Healing, and today is January 10, 2015, a cold afternoon in Riyadh. So, how was your day? Today, I was struggling about the law of nature, thinking about the law of nature, and I'm thinking, I'm doing this video for the Vesper for Leelah, as organized by our brother, Reverend Colin Keller, our fellow peace weaver in the Corallian tradition. I was thinking and I was contemplating long before that we as human who lives here on earth is living in accordance to the law. I'm not expert with regards to that. No? What I see is there are four law that governs our living here. First is the human law, the mundane law, or the law that been created by the people who rule us, by our government. Probably it can be shown in the constitution of a certain nation. Then second one is the spiritual law, which is the law that been implemented by religions in the world. Third is the natural law. Actually, I'm not that expert. And lastly is the universal law. I always teach in Luntiangagama that these laws are the ones that govern us all in order for us to have peace and order. And if human law will not be implemented, there will be disorder and there will be chaos, probably. Most religions implement their laws and they call it the law of God. Actually, it was just the law of religion. Mostly those laws can be found in their dogmas, in their Bible, in their Quran, or spiritual view. For us Corallians, yes, we also have these laws as provided in our constitution and bylaw, but as individual practitioner or as practitioner of the craft, we follow also those laws that been given to us by our ancestor or those who first practiced the craft. But mostly these laws are based on the natural law and the universal law. And to understand the natural law, as far as I understand, natural law may also vary from place to place. For example, how can we say? In the Philippines, if there is snow, that is not natural. But in the Philippines, it is natural to follow the cycles of the earth. There are 3 seasons in the Philippines. That is hot season, cold season, and wet season. But no snow, no winter. Although the sun passes through the earth, the earth revolves around the sun, and those 4 seasons been also experienced in the Philippines, and that is universal in accordance to what is needed. I'm not talking about or I don't want to talk about what this law will tell to us, teach us, want us to follow. And I was struggling to the belief of that as a practitioner of the craft, do we believe in sin? Do we believe in the forgiveness of sin? I personally believe that there is a sin. And that sin, and for me, as I define sin, it is defined as violation of the law. For example, of a natural law, the same that I teach in my craft as healer in traditional hilot wellness massage. Um, your feet is used to walk, and naturally, your feet is created for that purpose. Okay, let's give another example. If you can see me, this is a chair, okay? What's the purpose of a chair? It is used for us to sit on it, okay? But sometimes we can stand. We can use this as a stool, but it's not designed for walking or for jumping. Because if we do that, if we jump on a chair, it may get broken. The sin is there. If that certain object was not used according to their purpose, it will break. It will be damaged. For us people, human, if we violate, if we don't do our purpose in life, we sin. We might be broken, we might be damaged, we get ill. That's why it is important for a healer to mend that breakage, to heal that damage. So what's now the real purpose of us as human beings, as a creature of God? In the Christian Bible, it says that we all, long time ago, we believe that the purpose of man is for procreation, multiplication of species. But I'm struggling to the thinking of the fact that in this present generation, that gender is not just male and female right now. There is a lesbian, there are gay, there are bisexuals, there are transgender, LGBT. So are they a sinner? Isn't it? Are they violating the natural law? So what is natural law for them? Who am I to condemn them? Going back to that point of purpose of life, I don't see that they are violators of the law. I don't think that the gay, lesbian, the bisexuals, the transgender, and do I miss someone else, are violating any law. Because they are just following, obeying the law for them, their own purpose. And what is that purpose, by the way? What I learned, that God created us for a purpose, and the purpose of us, as the created being, is not only for procreation, but the purpose of procreation is not for multiplication, to get many sons and daughters, children in the earth, but the purpose of that is to love, to learn how to love. Be practical. When a male and a female met, they just don't have sex at all for nothing. It started with a spark of love. Last night, 2 nights ago, I've been asked, who will be the ancestor of a child that was been adopted? A good question, because I already talked to Luntiang Agama, or taught Luntiang Agama about that during 2013, honoring the ancestor ritual celebration. So, who will the ancestor of that child that been adopted? I tell that the ancestor of the child is the foster parents, because the name of the child been followed to the name of the foster parents. And the foster parents adopted the child because they love that child. And how is it to become a parent? Some parents neglect their children. Some parents discriminate their own children. Some parents do intimidate their own children. Is that being a parent? What I know being a parent, I'm not an expert in parenthood. I'm not a parent yet. What I know is being a parent is sharing your love to your children. Sharing your love to your children, that your children will follow your example of loving them by seeking a partner whom they love and whom they can share their love with. And that is the purpose of creation. That is the purpose of marriage. That is the purpose of being together. That is for me. I don't know what's for you. But whether you believe me or not, love should rule our life right now, because this is the purpose of our creation. And it is not good for a certain individual to discriminate other out of hatred. It is not reasonable to condemn, to judge them for who they are. Why not just look within us, mind our own business, and fix our lives? Let us see love within us. If you have a friend or if you are a parent that has children or a son that seems look like gay, support him. If you have a daughter that is a lesbian, support him. Don't discriminate them. Give them your love, your support. They need you as a parent. Don't let your hatred rule them in their life, because many people died because of that. Don't let it happen again. I am now emotional, and I feel sorry for all the gays, lesbian, transgender, bisexual, who've been discriminated in this world. I hope this will stop. Let's bring justice into this world. If you're really a person of love, this will happen, this will be possible. I beg everyone, in order to have peace, there must be justice. There will be no discrimination if there is love in our hearts. I pray for all the parents. Love your children. Teach your children to love. And when they do, they will follow peace. This is all. Blessed be.